Clemson University has a beautiful campus and is one of the top schools in South Carolina. However, it has one major problem. The signs around campus are truly horrific. Here is the map of our lovely campus. It's a little big, so let's zoom in a little bit. Here you see where all the major classes are held. In yellow, I'm tracing the route I normally take to school. We stop here at this traffic triangle. This is a major cause for backups in the morning. There are two lights, as you can see there. However, there is not much space between them, so cars often get backed up and it's hard to turn left. However, it is definitely necessary for most professors to turn left in order to get to the long parking lot where most of them park. There are also these pedestrian crossings, and everyone has to yield for pedestrians. This makes it all the more congested, and the four-way stop just adds to the drama. This little traffic triangle is also essential in getting to Tillman Hall, a major site of Clemson. However, visitors are expected to get all the way over there through this obstacle. Next in my day, my mom drops me off by the long building, and then I head up to German 101 in Daniels. From there, I usually go to the library. The library is another example of how poorly the buildings are signed at Clemson. As you can see in the picture, there is no sign at the very front of the building. This can be very confusing for new students or even visitors. And you would think that the Cooper Library, a place where everyone goes eventually, would be a little more well distinguished. Next, we are going to head over to Hardin Hall. On my first day, I was very confused when heading over here, mostly because on my way I passed the building itself, but I wasn't sure it was the building. There was no clear sign of what it was whatsoever. There was a sign, however, it was at such an odd angle with the rest of the building that you couldn't see it at any other angle except straight on, which makes it very difficult to find it. Next, we are going to head over to Long. Here's where my mom drops me off every day and where she works. This is also where I keep my lunch. But the building itself is so ill-signed that you can't tell what it is from three of the sides of the building. You can only see the name of the building at the very front. This can be very confusing to anyone on their first day coming up to this big, ominous building and not knowing what it is. Now we are going to head over to the Hendricks Center. This is one of the crucial points in my topic. The Hendricks Center is the student center of Clemson. This is where all the students come to hang out, and is also the home of the 55 Exchange where I work. However, you cannot tell what it is from the back. You can only see it from the front, but no student approaches the Hendricks Center from the front unless they're coming from the pit. This makes it very hard to find. Next, we are going to head over to the home of my English 103 class over in Cyrene Hall. As you can see, the building itself has two main sides. However, the sign is directly in the middle where hardly anyone can see it when they're approaching the hall. The sign is also very small. It makes it very difficult to find for anyone. I hope these few points that I have made has proven to you that Clemson is in desperate need of new signs, or at least bigger signs. There are several ways in which we could fix this problem. We could, of course, write to officials asking them to improve the signs around the campus, telling them of the hazard that they have on pedestrians and car holders, as well as how it is difficult for visiting people to find places to go. If many people notice the problem, something can be done about it. This is just one possible solution to this problem. We could also take a creative approach. One creative approach could be that we get chalk and we write on the sidewalks in big letters and arrows on what the buildings are on places that we cannot see otherwise. Faculty will pass this and they will often notice that, hey, this building does have a very poor sign. Another creative approach is to get a group of volunteers to stand outside the halls with big signs, spinning them and pointing into the hall saying, "This is it! This is Jordan Hall! This is Hardin Hall!" Because otherwise it is hard to tell. Clemson University is a beautiful campus and I love every bit of it. However, I do believe that they could do better with the signs that they post, especially for visitors.